Weather Extra, temperatures dropping right now, about as warm as it's going to get for a couple days. We'll show you when to expect freezing temperatures in the First Alert Weather Extra.
Plus, what we know about a K-8 school being damaged during yesterday morning's severe weather in central Alabama. And a farmer trapped by a flood in the middle of a river. You'll never believe what rescuers used to save him. Plus, winter weather in data centers, why some people have serious concerns about the strain on the power grid when the temperature plunges.
Live on your side, First Alert Weather Extra starts right now.
Well, Tania, some breaking news. Actually had a couple of tornadoes in Jefferson County yesterday morning.
Yeah, an EF1 and an EF0. Tell us more about it, Wes.
Yeah, it was our First Alert Weather Day, and the National Weather Service went out and surveyed. This is the map from the National Weather Service, and we are zoomed in over northern Jefferson County, and this is the EF0 path. It started out here not far from Alliance, and then it tracked, you could see right there near West Jefferson, moved over south to Snowtown, and then right across I-22 here. This is just north or near Graysville as it moved towards the north and east direction with max winds. Let's see here, EF0, we're looking 65, 85 mile per hour winds with that. And then pick back up, we had an EF1, and there's Mount Olive Road. So this is the Mount Olive area. So you're looking at winds of 86 to 110 miles per hour with the EF1 there. But again, those are surveys from the National Weather Service, so we have two confirmed. And for other areas, there were straight line winds. But if you have damage reports you need to pass along, you can always go to the National Weather Service website. They have submit reports there. They always investigate those and keep a watch on where damage occurs and where damage happens. Right now, of course, much calmer weather, and that's the case. You know, this time of the year, you go from 70s to temperatures like this, you know you're going to have an impactful system many times, especially November, December. Temperatures right now in the 40s to the north. The colder air, it's still flowing in from the north direction, and the wind is, look at Coleman, gusting to 23 miles per hour. So there's wind chill out there tonight. It's going to feel a lot colder, especially as we start seeing more of those 30s by early tomorrow morning. The wind just doesn't completely settle tonight, so that may help us out with respect to frost in some areas. I still can't rule out light freeze north, patchy frost, some of those protected valleys. So I'd play it safe. Certainly make sure the plants are protected. Go ahead, get things ready for a freeze Friday morning. Make sure the faucet covers are on. Check on our pets and those around you. Make sure everyone has a nice, warm, cozy spot tomorrow morning. And of course, we need a warm spot to enjoy some Thanksgiving tomorrow, right? Sunny day coming up, and that's going to help us out with the comfort levels. But the highs tomorrow only in the low 50s for tomorrow. We've got the freeze Friday morning, more likely a lot of 20s on the map, and rain chances return by Sunday. This evening, again, we're cooling off into the 40s. We stay dry here. If you have plans, winds out of the north. Let's take a look at some of the data. Here's tonight. No clouds showing up until it looks like the weekend. Tomorrow, well, maybe a few high clouds for Thanksgiving Day, but I mean, no overcast skies just yet. We will see some sun breaking out tomorrow. Highs right around 50. There's 6 o'clock tomorrow night around this time. You can see we're already seeing some 30s on the map, some low 40s. We take it on into Friday morning. We'll see 20s. Friday afternoon, looks like readings there close to 50. So another cold day. Some of us stay in the 40s all day. It's going to be cold Friday, but it will be sunny. And then we go to Saturday. Most of the day looks dry, but here comes the rain. Starts to move in here Saturday night. There's 4 o'clock, and it looks like a good soaking rain settling in here by Sunday morning, and a cold rain at that. But that's wave number 1. We got off and on rain chances through next week. We're going to be talking about certainly an unsettled kickoff to the month of December. But right now, I want to go over to Megan, who has a closer look at those rainfall records we broke yesterday, along with a look at where we stand on rain for the year.
We are 26 days into the month of November, almost at the end, and we've only seen rain 4 times in Birmingham this month. Yesterday, we didn't break a record, but boy, did we pick up some rain, over 1.5 inches. We picked up 1.6 inches of rain in Birmingham yesterday. Now, it's not the record from 1932, but Tuscaloosa and Anniston smashed their records. In fact, Tuscaloosa basically doubled the amount of a single day record record rainfall for November 25th. Picked up over 3 inches of rain, their old record at an inch, almost an inch and a half from 1955. Anniston also broke their record from 1992. They picked up 1.64 inches of rain yesterday afternoon and yesterday morning. Now, where do we sit for the month of November? Birmingham in total, 1.85 inches. Average for this time of year, we should be a little over 4 inches of rain. Tuscaloosa a little bit closer to average, but still shy of it. 3.15 is what we total for T-Town, where the average is a little over 4.5. Anniston's coming in at around 2.5 inches for the month so far. 4.53 inches of rain is where you typically sit in average as well. Anniston's in a surplus for the year of 2025 so far. They average a little over 46.5 inches for the whole year. We're already at 53, so they're in good shape. Tuscaloosa, look at that. 47.61 inches so far this year, where they average that exact same number. So we're right on target to end the year in a surplus in T-Town, and Birmingham just shy of average for the year. But we need the rain, and we're going to see more of it. But listen, as we head into the next week, the drought's still fairly expansive. Look, moderately dry to extremely dry through portions of Hale, southern Greene, and much of Marengo County. Severely dry through southern Jefferson, Tuscaloosa, Shelby, Bibb, Greene, Hale, down through Perry and Dallas counties. And over the next week, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, maybe even Tuesday of next week, we could be watching for some more rain, looking at hopefully picking up a good inch, maybe 2, the further south you travel.
And welcome back to First Alert Weather Extra. Well, don't be surprised tomorrow morning. We're telling you right here, it's going to be cold out there early in the day. First alert for a light freeze to the north. Seeing a lot of blue there back on these maps in areas even south. Rockford 35. Crank up that heat tonight. Clanton 33 for us. Greensboro 35 as well as Utah here at home. But we do have a beautiful day coming up tomorrow. Even though it's chilly, that's what you would expect, right? For Thanksgiving Day. Highs in the low to mid 50s. Need a little extra turkey there to warm us up tomorrow. Mostly sunny sky, and the wind will be out of the north. And if you want to get an early start to some shopping, maybe just hang out and just watch some football on Friday. You can see temperatures there by the afternoon in the 40s, but it will be a dry day. Plenty of sunshine. Not too bad there for Friday. We're timing this out just right because starting this weekend, Saturday looks dry during the day. And I still think we're in good shape for the Iron Bowl. It's going to become overcast, and it's going to become quite chilly. It's going to be a cold evening out there, but rain starts to roll in late Saturday night, begins across West Alabama, and then we'll be talking about some showers there as we move into Sunday. But we'll be timing that out and, of course, tracking all this cold air moving into the region. Tania, it certainly looks like the wet weather and the cooler temperatures are here to stay for a while once that begins this weekend.
Oh yeah, Wes, and I think this is the best time to make sure you're staying warm and safe. Birmingham is partnering with the Jimmy Hale Mission to open warming stations for the next couple of nights. The warming station will be open tomorrow night and Friday night starting at 6. It'll be open until 7 the following morning, and food will be provided. It's for men, women, and children. The Mission is located at 3420 2nd Avenue North. Free shuttle service to Jimmy Hale Mission will be available from 6 to 7 p.m. to assist the mobility challenged and those without transportation. Pickup is at the main entrance of the Lynn Park area at the intersection of Park Place and 20th Street North. Return transportation will be provided each morning. Well, Thanksgiving is tomorrow, and I know you've been counting down. So many Americans are traveling today. Depending on their routes, weather could be a challenge. Amy Kiley reports on how an Arctic blast is causing problems for some drivers and people flying to their holiday getaway.
Some Thanksgiving travelers face brutal snowstorms and blizzards today. An Arctic blast is continuing across the northern U.S. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says several roads near Fargo closed yesterday. The National Weather Service reports at least 8 inches of snowfall in parts of that state. Officials say semi-trucks jackknifed and blocked this road in Minnesota, leading to a long pileup of vehicles, but no injuries. Despite the threat, AAA says most Thanksgiving travelers choose to drive. It says that gives them flexibility.
If you're watching the weather and perhaps the day you want to leave or come back, there's bad weather, you have that control.
At several major airports today, forecasters expect possible travel delays and cancellations. That's the outlook for Chicago, Boston, New York, and farther down the East Coast. Meteorologists say a fresh round of snow is hitting some northwestern airports. The other concern today is bitter cold. It's spreading east and south. Forecasters say blustery wind is making things worse. This teenage founder of a nonprofit is helping her Kansas City community prepare.
We started with blankets and sleeping bags. As we've grown, we've done more things like gloves, stocking hats, socks, and sometimes even hand warmers.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Well, take a look behind me. This is just an overview of airport delays at the current moment. Most airports have minor delays, excluding JFK that is grounded at the current moment. Of course, this does update, and it looks like in the Midwest there are some moderate delays. So just be careful as you're traveling, and also some moderate delays down in Miami. But most areas minor, so hopefully you get to your destination safely. Be sure to check on the airport websites for updates on your flights and travel plans. We'll be right back with more First Alert Weather Extra after the break.
Explore the wonders of weather with Weather in the Classroom. Scan the QR code now to help your kids soar to new heights with Soar with 6.
Yeah, what do we do?
Well, the Birmingham City School leaders are working to assess storm damage to the Inglenook K-8 school. Officials telling us there was damage both inside and outside of the school during yesterday's severe weather. You're getting a look at that damage. We're told damage to the roof is affecting several classrooms. The storm also knocking down trees and power lines in the neighborhood. We talked to one man who is just thankful the damage wasn't worse because he says he was about to leave for work when the storm knocked a tree down in his driveway.
I initially didn't see it at first because I was leaving for work. And if I was outside a little sooner, it could have been me bagging out like right there, you know, but luckily I wasn't outside yet and it just caught the back end of my truck and my car. And yeah, just thank God.
Oh my gosh, that's scary. At the height of yesterday's storms, more than 50,000 customers were without power statewide. That number just a day later is fewer than 500 statewide. The cleanup near Houston continues after severe weather rolled through that area on Monday. The National Weather Service says 2 tornadoes touched down within minutes of each other just Monday afternoon. One was rated an EF2 with maximum winds of 115 miles per hour, and it was on the ground for 7 minutes before dissipating. Here's one man describing what he heard and saw as that tornado moved through his neighborhood.
I see a 4x4 flying through the windows into the house. Luckily, the 4x4 just went through the window. Is not where she was. The window was next to that. So it just came maybe a few feet away from her.
And the National Weather Service office in Houston says the other tornado that hit the area was an EF1 with maximum winds of 105 miles per hour. And that one was grounded for about 5 minutes before dissipating. A close call caught on camera. This is from North Dakota. You see the snowy conditions there. A state trooper and 2 firefighters were helping cars and trucks that had slid off the highway when all of a sudden a truck comes barreling through where the emergency crews were working. Scary sight. Fortunately, though, the trooper was able to get out of the way just in time. Snowy and icy conditions are making driving in part of the country very treacherous, even for experienced drivers. Then there's this. When you think of a drone, you probably think of something used to get video, but not this one. This is something more important. Emergency workers in Vietnam used a drone to rescue a farmer trapped by a flood. The man was found struggling on a sandbar in a river, and that farmer brought the drone that farmer brought the drone to help after authorities determined the river was flowing too fast to use a boat to rescue the man. An operator flew the drone to the man, who hoisted himself inside a harness, and he was brought back to shore. I just want to know how powerful that drone is in order to be able to fly an adult over a river. That is crazy. The expansion data centers in Texas raising concerns about electricity shortfalls during winter storms. The Lone Star State is in the midst of a data center expansion period due to its energy resources and business-friendly policies. The North American Electric Reliability Corporation says these data centers may increase the risk of blackouts during the colder months. It says the 24/7 energy consumption of the centers will make it harder to sustain sufficient energy supply for the state during big storms and freezing temperatures.
All right, we are looking at a falling temperature out there tonight, down to 52 degrees. A live look from 8 Air Tire. Dew points down into the 20s, so some much drier air has moved in. Certainly not as soupy and foggy as it was out there after all the rain and storms last night. The live look from 8 Air Tire. 50 at Center, 49 Gadsden, 44 Indiana. Haleyville's at 44. Fayette in the 40s now. Aliceville, we're starting to see those 40s over here around Reform and over towards Gordo. Utah at 50. Greensboro at 51. But temperatures tonight will drop into the 30s. But where could we see freezing temperatures? I'm most concerned about areas to the north. Here's a look at the out-the-door temperatures there. You can see around 34 at Coleman, 32 at Gadsden, maybe some high clouds swinging through, but we've got this next surge of colder air that's settling in. Temperatures around 35 at Marion early tomorrow morning. So areas further south, still that chill for early Thanksgiving Day. Rest of the day, highs around 50 degrees. Notice the wind there out of the north and west. That flow, that breeze continues, so that's going to add a bit of a chill, but it will be a sunny day. So if you want to take some photos outside, maybe get a walk off some of the sweet potato pie, right? We're going to have some sunshine out there for the afternoon. But Friday morning, 6 a.m., you can see we've got temperatures in the 20s, 26 around Coleman, upper 20s to the south. Yeah, everybody's talking, we're talking freezing temperatures, some frost there early on Friday, and then the rest of the day we got sunshine, and it's going to be a struggle to break out of the 40s on Friday. So this is some of the coolest. I mean, right now we're in the low 50s. We're going to stay here pretty much as far as about as warm as we could get over the next couple of days, and it is going to be very chilly in the morning hours. But Saturday, here it comes. We start out near freezing. We go to Saturday afternoon, a chance that we could start to see some rain moving into West Alabama. Moisture starts to overrun the area, and it looks like beginning on Sunday, we got a split flow pattern in the jet stream, very active southern branch of the jet stream, and that's going to be driving in these waves of showers and clouds at times through next week. And basically what that means for us is this is the kind of setup where we can have a week of just on and off rainfall, and really need to watch starting Saturday afternoon and evening for some light showers to move in across west and northwest areas. I still think we're in good shape for the Iron Bowl for most of the game. There's 7 o'clock, and you can still see some of that rain starting to settle in areas to the north. But throughout the night, it's not stormy weather or severe storms, anything like that. It's just a lot of cold rain that's going to be developing. May even start out maybe a few sleet pellets mixed in as the atmosphere moistens up. We're going to be going from some very dry weather back into this kind of setup, and that's always a possibility. But this system brings cold rain Sunday morning, and while the rain may taper off on Sunday, it stays cloudy and gloomy, kind of damp and dreary into early Monday. Look at that, 39 degrees Monday morning, a cold start, and then we show a high of 50, but it's still a chilly day. That means most of the day we're going to be in the 40s on Monday, and then the rain comes back, and we're talking 40s with rain Monday night and into Tuesday morning. Looks like a good chance of showers, but it looks like a soaking rain. I know we have a 50% chance of rain right now, and that's all got to do with the timing. A lot of this may come in during the overnight hours. And then we catch a break on Wednesday, and then we go to Thursday, Friday of next week, and we're going to be talking about another chance for rain. So we will have some more wet weather towards the end of next week. So very few breaks in there. And Tania, you and I were discussing this forecast earlier today and said, could this be a week where we may not see much sunshine at all coming up to start December?
I certainly hope that's not the case, but it does kind of look like that. Pretty gloomy, more clouds, a little unsettled throughout the week, but it's also going to be pretty chilly and cold, so it may be one of those weeks where it's pretty gloomy. And I hate to say it, but it looks like that's going to be the way we start off the month of December. I want to take you beyond that 10-day. This is December the 4th. Looking at some chilly mornings and chilly afternoons on and off, still seeing some 40s around some of the coldest morning, or one of the coldest mornings beyond that 10-day forecast does look like December the 7th with some 40s and possibly some 30s far north Alabama. And then we seem to warm up maybe a little bit with highs possibly in the 70s, low 70s, upper 60s by about December the 9th. Other than that, still some cold air settling in across the south and east. As far as rainfall goes, well, we do look pretty unsettled for the first few days of December, including December the 5th, seeing a chance for some wet weather all the way, including the coast as well. Here's December the 8th, some showers on and off, maybe through the 9th. December the 7th, 8th, and 9th, some rain. Well, that's that beyond the 10-day forecast. We're going to keep you up to date and continue to watch it for you. But for now, we'll be back after the break.
Teachers, promote literacy in your class by
All right, 10-day forecast this
Yes.
time, and we're timing it out just right. Tania, tomorrow highs around 54 and looks sunny.
It looks sunny.
Chilly day.
Still looks dry for the Iron Bowl Saturday, and then rain moving in for the second half of the weekend and possibly throughout next week.
I know, could be bad there. You know, you go to the game, if your team doesn't win, then you got to drive home in the rain. There might be some wet weather there during the evening hours. Got to ask you this, is it pecan pie, sweet potato pie tomorrow?
Sweet potato pie.
Oh, listen to you. I hear you. Hey, it's certainly, it's as pretty as a sweet potato pie, the fall colors that we've been seeing. And this is a look at a tree at River Rock Landing. Thanks to Bruce Phillip for sharing this view on the First Alert Weather app.
And look at this gorgeous picture. This one's out in Shelby County at Chelsea Park Ridge. I need to take a visit there because that's gorgeous. Thanks to Doug for sending that one in to us.
Yeah, these colors have popped this fall season, and hey, a few things are as calming as a sunrise at the beach, even when it's chilly outside. We want to thank to Jenny Kay for sharing this picture from Sunrise Resort at Fort Morgan. And from one fort to another, this is a rainbow as recently seen in Fort Payne up in DeKalb County. Very vibrant. David Daniel, thank you for sharing this view.
All right, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful night. Be sure to check back in with Wes tonight at 9 and 10. And happy early Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you tonight.